Guys, before I take you out on an adventure today, I just want to say a massive thank you to our friends at Lancaster Insurance. They are supporting us not only to go on Miners on Tour, but to adventure around the UK and beyond for a whole year. So I cannot wait to take you on loads of different adventures in Mary and show you lots of different exciting places that we're heading off to. If you haven't heard of Lancaster before, they're a UK classic car insurance specialist, and we're going to be supplying them with exclusive content throughout this adventure and beyond. So make sure you give them a follow. I've popped the link to their Instagram in my bio and also to their website as well, because it's definitely worth checking them out if you need to insure your classic car. So stay tuned, because we're about to go on a very exciting adventure in a very special little car called Mary. Hi guys, it's Steph from iDrive Classic, and today is the big day for us. We're taking Mary the Morris Minor all the way from Coventry in England through to Belgium, and we are so excited to show you our journey. So in this video today, I'm going to show you all the different steps of our journey and all the highlights, including meeting the other Morris Minors in our convoy, going through the Channel Tunnel, driving through Brits of France, and of course driving into Belgium itself and getting to our campsite. There are going to be over 100 Morris Minors on this trip, and I cannot wait to show you our journey to the campsite. And make sure, if you haven't subscribed already, hit subscribe, because we have got loads of more videos coming and I cannot wait to show you our adventure. So we've started the journey. We've been in the car now about an hour or so. We're still going down the M1, and I'm just going to have a little chat with Joe, because he was talking about how the car is slightly different to drive now that we seem to have packed our entire house into the car. How's it been different, Joe?
Definitely notice it on the brakes, like you have to leave a bigger distance in front of you when you're slowing down.
Yeah.
I guess it's just because of the extra weight, I suppose.
Yeah, fantastic. So we're now going to carry on. We've got 3 hours to go, which seems like a long time, but it's definitely going to pass.
Nothing compared to last year.
No, last year we did 1,000 miles, and this year we're doing, I think it's 500 door to door. It just feels like an awful lot on paper, but time is flying. We're having a lot of fun, and the next filming we're going to do is when we get to Calais. So we are going with our friends Ryan, Richard, Colin and Phil, and we're all going to convoy together through from the Channel Tunnel through to Belgium via France. So the next time we catch up with you guys is when we're going to hit the Channel Tunnel. Well, so we've made it. We've made our first stage of the trip, which was getting to the Channel Tunnel. So what we're doing is we're going to take you through with us, and then all the guys are there already. So we're kind of last on, but that's okay, because we've had a really nice drive down. It hasn't been too bad. We got directed around the M25, and for those of you that are watching from abroad, the M25 is the busiest motorway in England, and it kind of blankets around London, in Kent and stuff. So right, we're going to switch off now, and we'll catch up with you once we've gone through the little security checks. There's no time to waste, so let's get checked in and meet all the other guys and get over to France. Before we head off, I quickly wanted to show you the cars in our convoy. We're in Mary, the blue car. Colin and Phil are in the white convertible. She's called Delilah. And then the car just in front here, this rose taupe coloured car. This car belongs to Richard, and his co-driver on this journey is Ryan. So let's start the cars and go. As we enter the Channel Tunnel, I thought I'd share a little bit of trivia with you. So, the tunnel is just over 30 miles long and was opened in 1994. And for something that we're so reliant on in the UK, I cannot believe that it opened in 1994. It feels like it's been forever, which is probably because it was devised as early as the 19th century, which is absolutely mental. Now, the tunnel at its deepest is 380 feet below sea, and it is in fact the longest underwater tunnel in the world. And last year the tunnel carried over 10 million passengers and over 1 million tonnes of freight. So for those of you who didn't know this already, they use the Channel Tunnel as a way to get goods to and from Europe. And something I didn't realise until we got on this occasion actually, is that you can get phone reception all the way through from England through to France, and that's quite handy really, even though you're only actually on the tunnel for 30 minutes. So we're on the little tunnel now, and we're going into our cars, and we're going to head off for France. Hurrah, we've made it! The Channel Tunnel's parked up and we're ready to get off, start driving and head over to Lille. So now it's probably going to take us about an hour to reach the hotel. What's it been like driving in France?
So far it's just been a motorway, so not too much different yet, but when we go off the motorway it'll be a bit more concentration required, being on the other side of the road. But so far so good.
How does it feel like swapping over from miles to kilometres?
Well, we're quite lucky, we've got a lake Morris Minor with a speeder that tells us we're doing kilometres and miles, so that's handy. But yeah, you definitely have to think about it.
We arrived at the hotel, and who wants to watch telly when you can hit one of the weirdest nightclubs that I've ever been to? We're going to feel awful tomorrow. Guys, we made it to Lille, which is fantastic news. We're just checking the car at the moment because it sounds like it's running a little bit rich, but as I talked about in my last video, we've just, you know, we're still in that kind of discovery stage because the car's fresh onto the road. So now we've done about 800 miles since the car got back on the road on Sunday. So Colin's got a really good ear for how engines should sound. Colin's convertible is just over there, so we're just going to pan out. We'll show you Colin's convertible. Which is a beautiful car, by the way. So Colin has been all over Europe in that, and he usually tows an Arriva Puck, which is a really cute little caravan. But when we all come away on holiday together, Colin actually just comes in the chalet with us, which is a lot more fun. So we're going to sort the car out now, and we're going to hit the road, and I'll talk to you a little bit about as we drive through France and come into Belgium. Whilst the boys have a look under the bonnet and sort out all the timing and all the other bits that we need to get done, I'm going to have a chat with Richard and ask him to tell us a little bit about his Morris Minor.
Yeah, this is just a standard sort of 66 saloon. There's nothing particularly special about it. It's rose taupe, rose taupe. Well, it's a sort of greyer shade of that, and it's just a very sort of, you know, daily driver type minor, really. You know, it's never had a full restoration. It's always just kind of been kept going, you know, here and there. But I got it in 2000 and it was either 15 or 16, probably late 15, but didn't really sort of start working on it till early 16. And it was just a 600 quid MOT failure sort of, you know, take it away type job. There's nothing particularly special about it, you know, and we just, myself and Dad sort of brought it back and went through it, and, you know, sort of mechanicalised it, rebuilt front suspension, you know, went through the engine, you know, electrics, got it all sort of back together, cleaned it up, got, you know, got the steering rack, front, all that kind of sort of jazz, really, tyres, and just bring it sort of back a bit, rubbers, all the usual stuff, you know, that you would use to get a car sort of back in shape. And that's all it's really had. You know, it's not had a full, you know, job carried out on anything. You know, it was a very cheap car to buy, and it was just literally a first car for me, a car I could learn in, and a car I could then use as, you know, my first car to drive about in. You know, it's just sort of all it really was ever supposed to be. So I went on my first MOT was 2017, so I've done two, because I did last year's. So this is its third one, and yeah, just prep this year was basically, you know, change the oil, grease everything up, you know, and just sort of, you know, get on really. It was just, you know, did a bit of work leading up to the previous two, but yeah, no, just sort of letting it bumble along really.
So guys, really exciting news. We've hit the Belgian border. It's not taken us long at all. It's really strange. I always forget that there are no border checks. So for anybody who's watching in America, you might know that when you cross over in and out of America, there are lots of border checks and things like that. But in Europe, there's something called the Schengen Agreement, which means, and I think that's how I pronounce it, that you can just cross over borders. You don't have to show your passport or anything. So the first thing we knew was when we saw a big blue sign with the European stars around it saying Belgium. So it was going well. We're going to cut to Joe, ask him how he's doing. Joe, how's it going?
Yeah, it's going really good.
Yeah.
The car's running really well this morning, which is good. Had a little issue last night with the misfiring, that seems to have disappeared, so we won't be investigating that any further. Yeah, no, it's good.
Good. Right, we're going to continue on. We've not got long till our first stop in Belgium, so we're just breaking the journey up a bit because, you know, it's quite nice to see different places when we're out and about. And also, I need a little bit of a freshen up. So I'm so tired since we went clubbing last night. we were pretty much okay for the first 100 or so miles, and then the car started to misfire and we thought, oh my god, this is it, this is where we break down. It turns out that we'd run out of petrol. Now the reason that we didn't realise is that our petrol tank sender, which shows you how much petrol you've got, is broken, and we've been running on the theory that it's every 200 miles we need to refill. Well, apparently not. So next I'm going to show you our makeshift way of getting petrol into the car. We flagged down a Belgian couple and they were so nice. They took us to the petrol station after we told them in French that we'd run out of petrol, and here we are with our makeshift funnel. So it's time to carry on our journey because we're nearly at the campsite. Can you believe after nearly 550 miles and countless hours on the road, we're finally in Bertrix. We just stopped at the supermarket to buy essentials, which included beer, chocolate spread, and weirdly, a recorder. So I'm not sure what this week's going to hold, but I am so excited. And I'm really excited as well that I can show you guys what we're doing. So if you've got Instagram, check me out at IDRIVEACLASSIC, because I'm going to be posting pictures throughout the week and keeping all my video content on YouTube. But it means that you can kind of see what we're doing every day before I put the videos up. And it's really pretty here, actually. I mean, in previous years, we've been a lot more remote, and we've kind of been out on the sticks a little bit, and it's nice actually to be somewhere we've got a little bit more to do. We've got lots of things planned this week, including a trip to Luxembourg and potentially crossing the extra 30 miles into Germany. And anyway, I'm sure there's going to be loads of adventures to watch and people to see and stuff. And if you missed my previous video, there's over 100 cars here, which include nearly 100 Morris Minors, which is insane. It's probably the most Morris Minors you're going to see in one place, other than somewhere like the Morris Minor Owner Club National Rally. So it's worth watching the video, because I think this week I'm going to try and get round and show you different people's cars. And we have a big drive planned this week as well, called Le Drive, which is where we'll be exploring, and we'll be looking around the local area. And the organisers plan a different route for us, so we'll be going on that as well. And I'm going to show you some of the Belgian countryside, because it's been really pretty driving here, even though we've been on the motorway, and I'm certain that you're going to love this as much as we do. So if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you hit subscribe, because there's going to be plenty of videos this weekend, and I cannot wait to show you all the exciting things that we're going to be doing. And as always, new videos go up every Wednesday and every Sunday, so make sure you hit the bell. You're the first ones to hear about the videos.